seated. Let me pray for us. Father, thank you for community. Thank you for the blessing of waiting, trusting in you. You reminded us of that even this morning, waiting. And we trust that you are here today. We thank you for family and friends, for Scott, Lord. We want to let you know that you are the most important part of this. We worship you and we love you. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Scott, Lori, it's great to see your face. Lori, you're stunning. Scott, you look amazing, handsome. It's pretty powerful. I'm sure you feel it. This is a family, and it's wonderful to be in a place where you gather together and you know everyone. And so today, you guys have waited a long time for this very moment. Not just the past 6 months, or the past few months, but for a long time. And God has been faithful to both of you. And we are getting to be a part of the promise that God gave you. It's pretty amazing. Scott, you waited a long time. I'm sure at times you wondered, would the right moment come along? And sure enough, she came running and found you. But more importantly, honestly, that God provided an amazing woman. And I hope in the days ahead, when things are hard, when you go through the valleys, that you'll be reminded that you waited and God provided. That's very important. Lori, I was thumbing through Jeremiah this morning and was reminded of his words when he said, "Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him." And when we first met you 6 months ago, we wondered if it was confidence or was it desperation, or was it control? And we shortly found out that it wasn't desperation, it was confidence in God's calling and God's promise that you heard. And we've been blessed. We've been blessed at your posture, your countenance, your trust, knowing that God gave you a plan, God gave you a word, and here we are today. It's pretty amazing. So, look around. Look around the family. And most of you don't know, but or you probably do know, but Lori, I believe, I only knew 2 people in this room 6 months ago. Since then, James. And then Mindy came along. And what's powerful, and I hope that you see, and what we get to be a part of, and we've been reminded of God's faithfulness and His promises. When God gives you a word, and God gives us a voice of our promise, that He will provide the people and the resources to fulfill His plan. And that's the shuddering beauty of a God who has a plan. And when we step out in faith, when He gives us a promise that He will provide. This would have been empty 6 months ago. But God provided. And you listened. And it's amazing. And you should be encouraged. So, we all know that marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a commitment. It's a covenant. And there are good times and bad times. And love is a decision. And it's not just feelings. And so I hope that you'll be reminded of God's faithfulness in those days. And you thought, you doubt, and you wonder, did God really provide? Or, yes, He did. And so be encouraged. So, what we are seeing today, obviously, is very biblical, and we see it in Genesis. And every time you're at a wedding, we're reminded, so may you be reminded again, that when 2 become 1, that it is a very, very spiritual thing, and that God has provided that very thing. But what's fascinating is Paul, when he starts talking about this, when he picks up from Genesis and Ephesians 5, he says something very intriguing. And what he says is that when two become one, they become one flesh. The old is gone, the new is coming. Then listen to this. He adds these words. He says, when they unite together, they become one. And this is a profound mystery. What's the mystery? So a long time before Jesus, our Savior, Messiah, came, there was at least a deep meaning of marriage that was concealed. And it was Jesus Christ, the Messiah, and his love for his bride, the church, his people. That was the mystery. It was concealed. And so Paul is saying, here's what I'm talking about. The mystery is I'm talking about Christ and the church. He's saying that there's been a deep meaning, and it's the ultimate meaning of marriage, is the way that the posture of God coming into the flesh and enduring and serving. He did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom. The posture of Christ in the church. He came to love and to sacrifice. And the church, we respond out of admiration and love and respect, and we adore and we follow. And that is very important. In fact, I think that marriage is really the advertisement of Christ's love for the church. Paul's talking about marriage is put on display for all to see, so that when tough times come, we're reminded of Christ's love for the church when we didn't deserve to be loved. And so that's the posture. And so there's a couple things that we know and that we're going to talk about here of what Christ and what Paul talks about. Here's the thing. Here's the posture of Christ. Here's the posture of the church. So just to remind you, and remind all of us today, our position in relationship to marriage, in the good and the bad. Scott, Ephesians says, husbands, you are to love your wives, as it said, just as Christ loved the church and he gave himself up. And that's your job. It's not to be a dominant leader. It's not to be passive. You know, in our dark days, those are the things that we want to do. But because Christ came to redeem us, you are able to sacrificially lead her in a unique way. And it's going to be different than it was before. And that's your calling. Glory. In Ephesians 22, it says, wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. This is not a negative view. Submitting to the church is what we get to do when we see this amazing God that looks down on us and lives us and calls us Abba, Father, and adores us. And the freedom that comes with that, with letting him lead us and guide us, even and so the posture here is admiring his leadership, following him, and you have freedom, philosophy, and respect. So my challenge is that as the years go by, that you'll be reminded, and when you have a tough time, that you will always reflect on the gospel. What is Christ's posture in your life? And may you give her the selflessness together, united, mutually give selfless. So that's the encouragement. So, with that said, I'd love for you guys to face each other. Lord, would you just reflect on the words that I'm going to say. Just ponder, relax, and enjoy the people around you. Just listen to this. Lord, these are the hands, young, strong, and vibrant, with love, that you are holding in the wedding ring, as he promises to love you all the days of your life. These are the hands that will passionately love and cherish you through the years for a lifetime of happiness. These are the hands that will wipe countless tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will comfort you in illness and hold you when grief seems almost unbearable. These are the hands that will tenderly will passionately love and cherish you through the years for a lifetime of happiness. These are the hands that will support you as you continue to pursue your dreams. Scott, these are the hands that God prepared especially. Well, obviously you're here together, and so we know your intent, and we hope that you passionately love each other for a lifetime. But it is very encouraging to publicly declare your intent. So, Scott, do you love Lori? Do you take Lori to be your wife? Do you commit yourself to her? To be responsible in a marriage relationship? To give yourself to her love and work? To invite her fully into your being so that she can know who you are and cherish her above all others and respect her individually by encouraging her to be herself and grow in all that God intends. Lord, you take Scott to be your husband, and you commit yourself to him to be responsible in a marriage relationship, to give yourself to him in love and work, and invite him fully into your being so that he can know who you are, cherish him, to be himself, and to grow in all that God intends. The covenant, the promise, God's promise that he will never leave us or forsake us. We promise together that we will become one. The covenant promise. God be with you. I, Scott, take you, Lord, to be the head of life. To have and to hold from this day forward. For better, for worse, the richer, the poor. In sickness and in health. In love and cherish. As Christ is to the church, so I will be to you. A loyal, sacrificial husband. Always performing my leadership. As Christ leads me. I promise you my deepest love and tender care. No matter where the Lord may lead us. I pledge you my life as your loving husband. As long as we both shall live. I, Glory, take you, Scott, in no way. Have and hold from this day forward. From this day forward. For better, for worse. For richer, for poorer. In sickness and in health. For love and charity. As is the church. In her relationship to Christ. So I will be to you. I submit to your leadership as to the Lord. I pledge you my life as your loving and faithful wife. As long as we both shall live. A symbol of the Christian faith is God's promise. It is unending. It's the symbol of the rings, circular